Hi, I'm Zach.
Noah.
We're reviewing episode 4 of Titans. It's titled Doom Patrol. And in this episode, not much goes on as far as furthering the plot that we were going on. As far as Raven's storyline,
Yeah, it's basically just setting up the Doom Patrol.
basically sets the Doom Patrol up for their show, which is, I think they're out. I think they have like 8 episodes out right now. So I want to watch that one because I really do like the Doom Patrol. But this one, as far as Raven, like that storyline, that the Titans storyline that we're following, basically she just meets up with Beast Boy, goes and hangs out with the Doom Patrol for a little bit, and then she regroups with Dick Grayson, Starfire, and Beast Boy goes with them too. So now the Titans are together. So going forward, but basically it's just introduced the Doom Patrol. So we'll talk a little bit about that.
That's pretty much all we have to say about the episode because nothing else really happens with.
It's just
there is a sequence in this though at the very beginning that they have with hunters. That was
it's throughout the episode.
Yeah, it's throughout the episode, but it makes you really feel bad for one of the hunters in particular.
This dude's having a really bad day.
Yeah,
and the only thing he did wrong is like drink while he's hunting and maybe hunt off of where he's not supposed to be.
But nothing bad happened from the drinking.
No, he basically just shot a deer and then they were going to go finish it off, but Raven stopped him. And so this poor deer is just suffering on the ground, bleeding out.
Let it bleed out, yeah.
I don't think the people that wrote this episode know many hunters.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, it felt very odd.
But then we did, we do get to figure. So, but so they like.
It was almost laughable.
Beast Boy scares the hunters, and they like fall over, and one guy shoots his friend.
But the way it was shot and the way it was done, it was very comedic.
And then they run away.
But it wasn't supposed to be funny.
And then we'll meet those hunters later in the episode.
Yeah, and it makes you feel so bad for him.
This guy's having a really bad day.
Robin's looking for Raven, and so then he does some investigation, gets to find one of the hunters to try to find out where Raven is. He asked the hunter like
he's like,
he said I already talked to
you.
Yeah. The hunter was like, I already talked to the police, I have nothing else to say. And then
totally within his rights.
Yeah. Robin breaks into his house, beats the crap out of him.
He did nothing wrong.
He didn't even ask him more questions.
Kid.
Yeah, he didn't even ask him more questions. He starts wailing on him. And it's
no, he asked him. He's like, "Did you touch her? Did you hurt her?"
And the hunter doesn't say anything, and he just starts wailing on the hunter. He in the report that the police gives to him, he says, "Yeah, the hunters got scared by these 2 people." Nowhere in it does it say that they attacked the people. It's just
this guy's having a really bad day. He's getting beat up by superheroes, the good guys. Supposed to. Beating up normal everyday citizens.
Yeah,
it was so. Funny.
I just feel bad for the citizens that have to deal with the superheroes in the universe. It seems like.
Basically, he helps them out anyway. Even after getting pulverized by Robin, he tells Starfire where he's like the only other thing out there is like this manor. I forget what the name of it was, but
besides but that's pretty much all Robin does is he beats up a poor hunter.
But then we have the Doom Patrol. Did you like the Doom Patrol?
I like the Doom Patrol.
Robot Man, you got Negative Man, you got Elastic Girl.
This is my first encounter with the Doom Patrol. I know nothing about them.
I have read like all the Grant Morrison runs, so I'm familiar with that stuff. So Negative Man, when the stuff that I read, he was actually he merged with like a woman, so he was actually called Rebus. So I don't really know that much about.
Was Negative Man? Was he the one with the head?
Negative Man is the one who's all covered up. Yep. So I don't really know much about him before that happens.
They pretty much just give you a taste of the Doom Patrol. This episode is just pretty much set up for the show. So they don't really show you much about the Doom Patrol.
I thought it was cool though that like they have Beast Boy as like part of the Doom Patrol because it was like kind of a nod to his origin in the comics, which he he started in the Doom Patrol, so that was nice. I loved Robot Man. He's like one of my favorite. He's like my favorite Doom Patrol member.
I love how they got Brendan Fraser to play him.
Brendan Fraser.
Which you don't see much cool these days.
I like that they play AC/DC, Thunderstruck. I don't know about that
scene. I kind of enjoyed it.
I mean, it was fine. It was just like, it was like... We're doing a dancing scene now.
Well, it kind of shows you his personality.
That's true.
You feel bad for all of them.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the head covering guy. He doesn't seem too bad, but
which guy?
The guy with the wrap around his face.
Oh, yeah.
He seems pretty happy.
Larry.
But I feel bad for the one chick who is like a blob.
Yeah.
Who has trouble maintaining her form.
Mm-hmm. That was yeah.
But I feel the most bad for... Well, she probably is pretty bad, but I feel the most bad for Robot Man. Mm. But I love the scene where he's just watching everybody eat, and he wants to describe how it tastes.
Yeah, Raven's describing how it tastes. He's like, I used to love eating food and dancing.
Yeah, he's by far my favorite part of the episode, Robot Man.
Yeah, and another thing is, they in this episode, they have a different chief than is in the show. Who in the show is played by Timothy Dalton, but in this episode it's like,
which I'm glad they switched it.
Guy.
This guy
was good, but I will say
I had a hard time understanding
when I read the Doom Patrol, I pictured Niles Calder as Timothy Dalton. So when I figured out, or when I heard that they were doing it as Timothy Dalton, I was like, his voice was already in my head as the character. So
that's funny.
I'm all for it. Plus he was James Bond, man.
Yeah, that actor is awesome. Mm-hmm. I really like that actor.
He's also in Rocketeer.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
He's a villain.
Hot Fuzz.
He's a freaking Nazi. Yeah, Hot Fuzz. But yeah, so, I mean, I liked it. We got a good sense of each of the Doom Patrol characters. And
yeah, it makes me interested to watch the Doom Patrol show, which is...
I just like hanging out with the Doom Patrol.
Which was the goal of the episode.
Yeah, they had a nice mansion set up. Mm-hmm. The chief was kind of doing some shady things.
Yeah, it almost portrays him as a bad guy.
Yep.
Like he's going to do he's going to
help
Raven,
her,
but you don't really know.
Is he just experimenting on her?
Yeah.
They do. It's I like it. It was very well done because he's very much like that in the Grant Morrison run that I read. Well, he's very much like that.
Maniacal.
Well, he's just kind of one of those like neutral characters, where it's like he will yell at you if you like mess up, or if like if he thinks he's right, nothing's gonna stop him. And so you get into those areas where it's like, I like you, Chief, but like I think you might be doing some evil things. Like it's just. Yeah, I thought they nailed everybody. So I thought they nailed everybody.
So are they basically doing the Grant Morrison run? Besides,
no, because
is it quite different than that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's now in a wheelchair, which is the way he is in the Grant Morrison run. I don't know. Mm-hmm.
Well, it sounds like
they say he broke his back.
It sounds like he breaks his back a lot.
Yeah. But no, because like I said, Negative Man is Revis in the Grant Morrison run, and Elastic Girl is not even in it. She's not there. It's Crazy Jane instead. And there's
Crazy Jane.
Crazy Jane.
Is that the girl that
she has like multiple personalities?
Is that the girl they add at the end of this episode?
Oh yeah, that's true. She is in the show. Yeah, they did it. They put her in the show. So maybe they're doing it over there.
Yeah, there's someone who the chief brings in halfway through the episode who he's going to
no. That girl on the table is not her.
That's not her?
No. But that was a different actress. That was like a...
No, yeah, it's a different actress, but...
Oh, you think it's the same?
I think it's the character they were setting up for this. They didn't have it all casted, I think. Or if they did, they wanted to change some of the castings. But I'm pretty sure it's that was what they were setting up for the Doom Patrol.
Okay. I don't know. But, yeah. We'll see, I guess, when we start that show. But
this was adds nothing to the Titan series,
right? But I like this episode because I like the Doom Patrol. It was just fun hanging out in their mansion. Mm-hmm. That cool.
I think they could have done it a more of a subtle way of.
They're like giving them an episode.
Yeah, because it doesn't further the show. They could have cut an episode. They could have cut 2 episodes so far out of the season. Oh dear. They could have made this a much shorter season. It feels like a lot of filler.
I mean, 2. I don't know.
But the fourth
I don't
episode,
call this one filler because
you can't call it filler because
it sets up an episode, and I just like the Doom Patrol.
It sets up a whole nother show,
mm-hmm.
which they could have done much more in a subtle way.
You know, maybe it's like, it's kind of like the the Titans tour the DC universe.
It does kind of feel like, yeah.
It's like, here's Hawk and Dove, here's the Doom Patrol. Later on, we get to meet some other people.
Mm-hmm. But at least the Hawk and Dove felt like it was, there's a lot of character development in that episode.
Well, I will say, I felt like this was like introducing characters, so like getting us to know characters, but it's a bunch of characters that has no effect on the storyline. So if you cut them out, it would have been there. You would lose.
Is Hawk and Dove getting their own show?
That's a good question.
Because if that is the case,
I would like
then
to see that.
Titans season 1 might be we're setting up
a bunch of different
shows, which it's kind of starting to feel like.
Apparently, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get a tangent. I was going to say there's like going to be a Swamp Thing show, and
does he have a cameo in this show?
No, he doesn't. That would be sweet though. I just want to see it because I don't know if it's live action or animated, but it'd be cool.
If they're not going to put a budget behind it, I would do animated.
Harley Quinn's getting animated, so yeah, I don't know.
But yeah,
this episode, would you say you liked it or neutral or didn't like it?
I for the show I didn't like it, but to get introduced to the characters I enjoyed. But no, I would have not have done it like this. I would have had it very subtle. Throw them in an episode, barely. Still have it about the main characters and furthering the plot. Because it feels like a lot of filler. But it's not filler because they were just trying to start another show with this episode. So
for me, I would agree if, as far as continuing the plot that we're following on with Raven and her, it's all revolving around Raven. This does not do really anything for that. But I'm a big fan of the Doom Patrol, so I liked it anyway. Like, it was just fun for me to see the Doom Patrol in live action.
I'm starting to feel like this show could have been cut in half.
Yeah, I mean that's very possible. I don't remember all the details of the coming episodes, but yeah,
I'll be interested to see what happens because it feels like there's a lot of episodes that could be cut down and merged into another episode. But who knows? Maybe it's just the first couple that are like that, and it gets going with the next couple episodes, hopefully. But yeah,
cool.